Hey, what's up, heroes? For those of you who don't know me, I'm the Orange Ranger, and I review Power Ranger stuff over on my own channel. But this week, Ranger Liz is feeling a bit under the weather, so in the spirit of the sports we both love so much, I'm pinch hitting for her. So grab yourself a tasty beverage of choice. I've got myself some orange, bubbly, sparkling water right here, since I'm always staying on brand. And kick those feet up, because the Ranger Week in Review starts now. Have to start things off on a sad note this week, unfortunately, as the geek world lost one of its icons. On Monday, Stan Lee, the famed Marvel Comics writer and creator of superheroes and supervillains that exist to this day, passed away at the age of 95. Lee is credited with creating or helping to create over 350 distinct characters. Marvel's connection to Toei, with collaborations like the Japanese Spider-Man series, as well as Sentai like Battle Fever J and Denji Man, is fairly well known. Less well known is that Stan Lee tried to make Power Rangers happen in the United States years before Haim Saban. In all his collaboration with Toei, when Stan Lee saw the Sentai Sun Vulcan, it convinced him that the concept could work in the United States. He and Margaret Loesch made a $25,000 sizzle reel to pitch the show to American networks, but sadly they all thought that it was too foreign and too crazy. Just take a second to try and imagine a world where Marvel created the Power Rangers in the 80s. The show would be celebrating its 35th anniversary instead of its 25th, and would be a part of the amazingly massive Marvel universe that we know of today. Excelsior, Stan, and thanks for all of your amazing work. To you, sir. To you. That being said, let's kick things off with a look at news for the television show. There is no new episode of Power Rangers Super Ninja Steel this week. The show is on a short break until we get the Christmas special, The Poise Show, on December 1st. This past Saturday, we had the story finale of Super Ninja Steel, Reaching the Nexus. Liz has already posted her review of that, as have I. Tiny shameless plug, so you can check out both of those when you get the chance. But long story short, we were both more than a bit disappointed. It was not very epic, to use Brody's overused term. In comics news, issue number 14 of Go-Go Power Rangers dropped on Wednesday, and I happen to have it right here. You can see the color swap Jason and Trini on the cover, so we're continuing the color swap storyline. I'm sure that Liz will drop a review for this when she's feeling better. I haven't gotten the chance to read it just yet, but I have heard that this continues this excellent color swap storyline that follows up on Shattered Grid. Next week, Wednesday, November 21st, the 33rd issue of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers drops, and that's going to be continuing the Beyond the Grid storyline. Gonna use a little segue here to go from comics news to merch news, because there's some excellent comics merch that you can pick up. Comicbook.com reported that Lineage Studios is releasing some excellent screen prints from the Shattered Grid storyline. The first two are from artist John Staub and feature Lord Drakkon sitting on his throne, one with his helmet on, one with his helmet off. The other two come from artist Carlos Dottoli and also feature Lord Drakkon seated on his throne, but in this, he has Ranger helmets scattered around at his feet, his foot resting on the Mighty Morphin green helmet. One of those is Drakkon in the first form that we've all come to be familiar with. The second has his Drakkon Evolution 3 form, aka the black and gold form. Pre-orders for those are up right now at lineagestudios.com. Lineage have also teased that more prints are coming, including one that seems to be kind of a Forever Red print, and one from the upcoming graphic novel Soul of the Dragon that features Old Man Tommy surrounded by all of his Ranger forms. So the next bit of merch news is a little bit interesting, not really so much something you can buy as something you are being told not to buy. There's an organization called WATCH, aka World Against Toys Causing Harm, and every year around the holidays they release a top 10 list of unsafe toys that you should avoid buying for the holidays. And on that list this year is this. That's right, Super Ninja Steel's Super Star Blade. The organization is warning that the extending function can cause eye and facial injuries. Now, if you'll allow me to slip from news delivery into opinion for just a second, I will readily admit that I am not a parent. Liz actually is. She can give her take on this when the time comes. But I think just a little bit of common sense is called for here. How about you don't buy this for your kids if they're too young to know that you shouldn't jab it into your sister's eye and extend the blade, right? And just in case you're saying to yourself, well, this isn't going to be an issue next year, Hasbro makes safe toys, right? Their Marvel Black Panther /Claw toy also made the list, so we'll see, right? Thank you to Toku Nation for that story. Got some more action figure news for you as GameStop has released their Armored Mighty Morphin Red Ranger Legacy figure. This is one of the last releases in Bandai's run on Power Rangers toys, and sadly, it seems that it's plagued by a lot of the same issues as recent Legacy line figures. There are a lot of reports of missing paint and inaccurate details. That Hasbro Lightning Collection can't come soon enough, can it? I saw that White Ranger Lightning Collection figure at Power Morphicon, and it is hot fire. White hot fire, you might say. Moving on to movie news, we don't have any news about the movie itself, unfortunately, but we do have some excellent news about one of its actors. R.J. Cyler, who played Billy the Blue Ranger, has been cast in the CW superhero show Black Lightning, according to comicbook.com. Cyler has been cast, and perhaps somewhat typecast, as Todd Green, a gangly and awkward tech genius. Sound familiar? He's on the wrong side of the law in this case, as after getting passed up for a research grant, he takes a job offer from Tobias Whale, the show's main villain. So make sure to tune in to Black Lightning Season 2 to see how he does as a recurring character, and congratulations, RJ. Not a whole lot of gaming news this week as far as I'm aware of. Legacy Wars and Power Rangers All-Stars are both running and going strong. But there is something that I wanted to point out because it made my jaw drop. On Wednesday, Legacy Wars posted an image that we had actually already seen. The 5 new Rangers that have recently come to the game. Samurai Gold, Ranger Slayer, Titanium Ranger, Shadow Ranger, and Hyperforce Yellow. But what was that little shadow way back in the top left? It kinda looks like the Dragon Zord, doesn't it? Yes, way back when we first got this image with these 5 Rangers in shadow, it turns out that Legacy Wars was also teasing that we would get the Dragon Zord. Just wow! I'm surprised I didn't actually hear more about that. One other little bit of gaming news, the pledge manager for Heroes of the Grid, the kickstarted Power Rangers tabletop board game, finalized as of Wednesday. Well, I got a warning about it early on Thursday morning, but suffice it to say it should be closed by now. So, if you weren't able to get in there and modify your pledge to a level where you got rewards, sadly I believe that you have missed out. I was not able to do that, unfortunately. I'm not going to be able to get those sweet Kickstarter rewards, but I've only got like a jillion or so Ranger Fam friends that are going to have the game and all of its cool Kickstarter goodies, and I'll definitely be picking up the core retail box set once that becomes available. Now, just as a test, I went and accessed the Pledge Manager while I was writing this script on Thursday night, and it seemed like I was still able to access it and change options. So there's a possibility that could still work for you. If you are interested in changing your level and getting more rewards, or getting rewards, period, go ahead and give it a shot and leave a comment down below if it worked. No con news, at least that I could find. Liz is gonna yell at me if I miss something. Remember that tickets for Power Morphicon Express are now available. You can order those on the Power Morphicon website. That's going to be April 6th and 7th in Pasadena, Texas. Remember that it's Texas. If you end up in Pasadena, California, you're just going to be very lost. At the Pasadena Civic Center. Guests include Aaron Cahill, Jason Font, Jason David Frank, and the full list is available at the PMC website. And I think that about does it. I hope so anyway. Hope I didn't miss anything too important. I also hope I've done a decent job of stepping into Liz's shoes this week. Not literally, because I'd like bust them open. I've got like big old feet. And now I'm losing track of what I was talking about. That is going to do it for the Ranger Week in Review this week. I'm the Orange Ranger, in for the resting Ranger, Liz. You can subscribe right here. This should be Liz's channel, so you can subscribe to see her awesome Ranger and Toku news videos every week. And hey, if you like Power Rangers reviews, head on over to Orange Ranger Videos and check things out over there. Have a great day, Ranger Nation, and may the power protect you. Who's credited with creating or helping to create over 350 distinct characters. Yeah, that didn't work. Less well known is that Lee... So the next bit of... Got some action figure news as GameStop has released their armored Mighty Morphin Red Ranger Legacy figure. RJ Cyler, who played Billy the Blue Ranger, has been cast in the CW superhero show Black Lightning. RJ Cyler, who played Billy the Blue Ranger, has been cast in the superhero... One other little bit of gaming news, the pledge manager for Heroes of the Grid, the table box game. One other little bit of gaming news, the pledge manager for Heroes of the Grid, the kickstarted tabletop box set game. Wow. So unfortunately, if you missed out or... One other little bit of gaming news, the Kickstarter pledge manager for Heroes of the Grid, the kickstarted Power Rangers tabletop box game. Wow. One other little bit of gaming news, the Kickstarter... One other little bit of gaming news, the pledge manager for Heroes of the Grid, the kickstarted Power Rangers tabletop game, has... finalized on Wednesday.